Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today we're going to be doing the daily reading for Thursday, April 1st, 2021. And so happy April to everybody. It is going to be a very dynamic month. Super excited about April and the energies coming in, all of this beautiful Aryan energy. We have that new moon in Aries happening around the 11th. That I feel is really going to be kicking things off for us. And so we're in that warm-up period. We're feeling the energies ever since we entered Aries season, right, with the equinox, feeling those energies picking up, and they are going to be continuing to carry us through and get more and more powerful as we go along. I do want to mention that we're actually still in a portal. So on Tuesday when I did the reading, I said that we were in a portal day, but I didn't look ahead. And I've realized now that this portal extends all the way until the 8th. And so this is a big, powerful energy, and this is really assisting in building up these energies as we move toward that new moon. So I really, really love that. It makes a lot of sense. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. My sleep patterns are very strange right now. So some days it works, some days it doesn't. Some days I sleep really well. Some nights I'm just not quite able to get there as easily. A lot of different energies that we are working with right now and navigating. And so, yes, I did miss you guys yesterday. My schedule is a little crazy this week. Some days are starting a lot earlier than I typically do, which kind of throws things off as far as the daily reading goes. And then I have another Theta class that I'm going to be taking this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And so there probably won't be any videos Saturday and Sunday. But I love you guys so very much. I miss you every time that I'm not here to do these daily readings for you. And I'm always thinking of you. I love you so very, very, very much. So let's get into this for today. Today is a day that's ruled by the throat chakra and guided by flowering. And the galactic signature of today is the yellow self-existing star energy. And I thought that this energy was pretty cool because the yellow star energy, if you guys will remember, we talk about it, it comes up quite a bit, is that energy of art, right? Elegance, beautification. And then we have this self-existing tone, which is all about definition and form, right? So it's asking those questions, getting the facts about our situations, about our reality, and then measuring and defining where to go from there. So we have a very feminine energy with this yellow star tribe, and we have a very masculine energy with this self-existing tone. So it's really the blending and melding of the masculine and feminine energies, which is, of course, creation energy when we have those two forces working together. And so I really am enjoying this energy and the potential that it has. What we're being asked to do today is to bring our beauty, bring the beauty and the artistic creations in our hearts and our minds into manifest form, right? That's what this energy is all about. And so it's like when I have these inspirations, they're meant to be shared. They're meant to become creations, right? That inspiration is the first step of creation. That's the feminine energy. But then in order to create, we must call upon that masculine energy to bring it into form. And so that's what we're being called to do today. And of course, to see the beauty and elegance in everything, to embody that beauty and elegance, and to make every moment of our day a living work of art. The affirmation for today is, I define in order to beautify measuring art. I seal the store of elegance with the self-existing tone of form. I am guided by the power of flowering. So really embody art in everything that you do today. And for the astrology today, we still have... Oh my gosh, hold on you guys. This just got interesting here. We had a little shift in the energies going on from what I looked up this morning. I'm still waking up right now. I was half asleep when I was going over the astrology to prepare for the video today. So we have a lot of interesting stuff going on right now. We have what they call a trapeze going on at the moment. And so just give me a second as I'm reading over these energies here. Moon, Saturn, Venus, Mars, Moon, Sun, Saturn, Mars. Yeah, and so this is an interesting, and actually I haven't really worked with this energy before, but we got a bunch of sextiles, we got a couple of trines, and we have an opposition going on. And so this is definitely a very stimulating energy when we have these oppositions, right? The opposition is a point of tension that's making us want to to act. We have the sextiles, which is that motivating, intellectual, stimulating kind of energy. It's a harmonious, stimulating energy. And then we have these trines, which are just pure harmony, which help us to approach anywhere where we see a trine. It's allowing us to operate with ease and grace. And so we're really being stimulated today, but we're being stimulated with that additional quality of ease and grace. And so this is very much that energy that is allowing us to really step into ourselves more deeply, right? We have the sun, we have the moon. So these are the aspects of the self. We have Mars, which is our ability to ACT, right? And then we also have Saturn, which is the lessons. It is the structure, right? When we're looking at that self-existing tone, Saturn is very much an energy that would embody the self-existing tone. So, and then of course Venus, which is the beauty aspect, right? So I really like this, and we're going to go into the breakdown here so that we can get into these energies a little bit more deeply. We have the moon in Sag today, and so we got a lot of fire energy between the sun, Venus, and Chiron, all still loosely conjunct. Chiron's moving out of that conjunction a little bit as the sun and Venus are continuing to kind of move this way, and Chiron is a slower mover, so he's not going really much of anywhere just yet. So a little bit of that is breaking up as far as the intensity when it comes to the WOUNDSs that Chiron tends to bring to the surface, right? Some of that intensity is beginning to ebb, but we still have that conversation between the sun and Venus. They are also growing a little bit further apart, but not too much. They're still within, I believe, a couple degrees of each other right now. Yeah, they're still less than 2 degrees away from each other. So we're feeling that conversation. But that's all that Aryan energy, right? And then we have the moon now in the sign of Sag. And when we have the moon making some of these aspects, like the opposition to Mars, and also an opposition to the South Node. And the moon is going to be moving closer into the opposition with the South Node as we go throughout the day. And so this is very much that energy of, I'm feeling for some people, there's an emotional aspect going on today. We are becoming more in tune with our emotions, and our emotions may be a little bit at odds with other things today. When we're looking, especially once the moon moves toward the South Node, we're looking at old emotional patterning coming up, especially in Sagittarius, right? So this is old belief systems. And so if we are feeling emotional, if we are feeling emotionally REACTIVE today, then that we want to look at what belief systems might be being TRIGGERED within us today. Oh man, when you're a little tired, it's even more difficult to spell things out. I'm finding, but yeah. So we're going to want to pay attention to that and see what's being revealed to us, because that's sort of like the precursor. We're going to begin noticing this more and more, and we have been already, right? None of this happens. It's all been happening, right? Energy is fluid. We've been learning these things. It's just what we're learning more deeply now. And this year is a lot about belief systems. That's why the theta healing that I can do can be really helpful. And so if you guys are interested, that I do. If you guys are interested in that and working with those belief systems, identifying those, releasing the ones that aren't serving, reach out to me for that. But we're being prepped for this right now, because the series of eclipses we're having this year is very much about that energy and rewiring, addressing those belief systems, fashioning those new ones, releasing those old outdated ones. And so we're getting a little bit of a preview of that today. We have a lot of supportive energies though, right? With this trapeze that we were talking about, it does involve those sextiles with Mars and Saturn to the sun and Venus. Right, so that's the energy that we've been experiencing, that really motivating energy that's really getting us going. It's very much that energy of bringing it into form. How do we bring things into form now? Now that we know and understand these deeper truths that we realized with the full moon, with the past new moon, right? Like, how do we put that into concrete ACTION as we move forward? And so we are definitely feeling motivated to do that right now. And we have a sextile being made with the North Node as well, which is our purpose, right? Which is the energies we're moving into. So we're being called to move into those energies. And we may feel a little resistance because of that placement of the moon right now. And that, once again, as we said, leads back to those old belief systems and such. However, we really get an opportunity to sort through those, to sift through those. We have Mercury in a sextile to Pluto today, and also still in loose conjunction with Neptune, but moving out of that conjunction with Neptune. But we did get that deep spiritual insight, right? That activation of our higher spiritual mind when we had that conjunction of Mercury and Neptune. And so now that sextile to Pluto is really once again empowering us and showing us a way forward. It's motivating us to move forward with this higher spiritual vision and insight, and like, how do I put that into practice? So that's a lot of the energies that we're experiencing right now, is like, how do I put this into practice? What does this look like in my daily life? And what is the transformation, right, with this Pluto energy? How am I being transformed on a mental level, on a mind level, as a result of having that higher mind opening up? And with this portal energy, we're probably going to be continuing to experience this as we continue to move through the week here. So yeah, lots of different energies here. We have Uranus in a sextile to Pallas. And so this is very much that visionary energy that is giving us those higher ideas, that inspiration, those different ways. It's also showing us the different patterns. It's enlightening us to the patterns in our lives, in our reality, and showing us, maybe giving us a glimpse at what's behind those, so that we can shift the ones that we are not too fond of, and we can continue to facilitate the growth and expansion of the ones that we are. So really liking that energy as well. And we have Eris conjunct true black moon. And so with this energy, that is more that fire energy. So we just want to be careful how we use our fire today. And we do have also Mars moving into a square with Neptune. And they're still 5 degrees apart at this point. This energy is going to intensify as we move throughout the week. And so we'll talk about that energy a little more. But this is an energy where sometimes we may feel it's an energy that can cause us to feel a little bit blocked when it comes to our ability to take ACTION. And a lot of that comes from confusion and not really understanding how to go about that process. Possibly not being able to see things clearly, acting out of that more subconscious. Like if we have not uncovered key aspects in our subconscious, they may be influencing us and the ways that we ACT and the ways that we take that ACTION in the world. And so we want to be aware of that. We want to be aware of where that's coming up. And this is an opportunity if we are feeling blocked, if we are feeling a little bit confused, right? Because there's a lot of energy here that's asking us to take ACTION. And there's a lot of energies that are supporting us understanding what that ACTION is. However, as we move toward the square, we may start getting confused again, and we may start questioning ourselves. And we may find that the things that we want are not necessarily, do not appear on the outside, we'll say, to be necessarily in alignment with what's best for the collective, what's best for everybody else, right? Because this Pisces energy is about us as the one. However, when we're talking about Mars, which is very much us as the I am, but not understanding that the I am is part of the one, if that makes any sense, right? Like ultimately, the I am energy is the one energy. But when we look at it from the more ego perspective, which is what Mars energy is more of, right? We can sometimes get confused about that, and we cannot understand, like, is what I want compatible with the larger vision, right? And this is energies that we were working on during that full moon. So really coming back again, but it's asking us to take a deeper look and to gain a deeper perspective and understanding. So really going into meditation, going into that quiet place, tapping into and utilizing that activation of the higher mind that we've been receiving to see and understand things from that bigger perspective. And to really understand once and for all that what I desire, right? Those desires were put there for a reason. And so a lot of the things that I desire, if I am living my truth and allowing my essence to be expressed in the world, right? That is what's best for the greater whole as well, even if it may not necessarily seem that way. But this is also an energy where we want to look at, like, are my desires coming from that place, and where are they coming from more of a self-centered place, of a place where where could I still use some growth, as well as, like, is this even truly benefiting me, or is this me trying to force my will on a situation? And so I hope any of that made sense, you guys. Like I said, my brain today is a little mushy, and so I'm doing the best I can to kind of explain these energies, but we'll get more into that Mars square Neptune energy as we approach that energy more. But we can feel that right now. We're sort of just feeling that energy in the background, but we are feeling very inspired. And so if you are clear on things right now, you're really clear, you're really connected, you can feel it, you can connect with it in your heart space as well as your mind space. ACT upon that inspiration. Right? Don't hold back too long, because you may start getting confused again, as we said, as we move into this energy. And so allow yourself to do the things that you feel drawn to do right now, that you feel really, really strong and secure about. All right. Let's get into the cards here. Clear. All right, let's get some energy for today, April 1st, first day of April. All right, so we have the Five of Cups, disappointment coming up. We have the Princess of Swords. We have the Knight of Discs. And we have the Fool. All right, so this is the new beginning. So this is this is that energy of us looking at the glass half full, right? Us looking at what it is that we have in our reality that is not up to taste, that is not perhaps manifesting in the way that we had hoped. This is us looking at the things we've lost instead of the things that we still have, right? So that's the mentality that many of us may be starting off with today, or this may be for some, this is like energy that we've been working through, right? Is getting out of that mentality. Really, this is that energy of the self-existing tone, right? The energy of getting the information, the energy of getting more clear, of sort of coming out of the rubble, right, created by the egoic mind when it runs in its circles, right? Because that's what brings us into this energy, is that ego mind. And so, like, sort of climbing out of that mental chaos, of that inner chaos. And really, this is that energy of preparing to take action, right? The Knight of Discs is not, he's the slowest knight in the deck. He moves with security and precision, right? But he does it very slowly and very gradually. He's not trying to rush to get anywhere. You can see in this card, it's almost like the horse is getting ready to eat some grass. He's standing there. He looks very valiant. He looks very sure of himself, right? But he's also, like, he's not rushing into anything. So this is like us really getting that information, collecting that information, getting that switch in perspective, getting that deeper understanding of situations. This is also us, I really feel this is like, something about this today feels like a purging energy too. And I know that a lot of us have been, they say like spring cleaning and all of that stuff. I think that there's a reason that people tend to do that in the spring, right? Because we are preparing for this fresh new cycle. And so it's like really clearing out the old. So I feel this energy as a lot of clearing out the old, a lot of us learning how to switch our perspectives, learning how to release any of the energies, any of the thought forms, anything that keeps us in this energy, right? Being able to move past and put into perspective some of the disappointments, right? And understand that, like, those, if there are CHALLENGESs placed in our path, it's not like spirit giving us the middle finger, right? Like, that's not what's happening. And we can all get caught up in that, myself included sometimes. That's really not what it's about. There's always a gift and an opportunity. And so for many, this is just an opportunity to heal that energy and to come into a different perspective, to not allow ourselves to go down that pity party route that's going to pull us into that vibration, right? And so it's like really sorting through and sifting through everything and coming to a place of more stability where we are ready to move forward towards this new beginning, this new cycle that's calling us. It's like we're pointing ourselves in that direction today. Even if we are not necessarily taking a lot of ACTION on the outside, we're really pointing our internal compass in the direction of where it is that we're going. And we are, and when I say not taking action, it's like we're taking the small steps right now. We're taking the small steps. We're understanding too that it's not about, I have to get everything done right now. It's about what little steps can I take toward my goals, right? What do I understand now, and how can I apply that knowledge into little steps of ACTION as I move through my day? And so it's like getting started. It's that gradual approach, moving toward our dreams in that stable, gradual, measured energy, right? With that tone, which is about measurement, definition, and form, right? In that slow, measured way, right? Really pacing ourselves, really understanding the cycles of creation that we're in, and how to work with those cycles, how to work with the energies, right? And then we have the 9 gain, 9 of Pentacles. And so we are making progress. And this is kind of like the energy of the turtle, right? The turtle moves slowly, but the turtle gets where the turtle's going. And so that's a little bit of what this energy is. And like I said, this is going to begin intensifying. We want to start putting these small steps into ACTION now. We want to start moving towards our vision, even if it's those small steps, right? Integrating those small little new habits and routines, integrating this new perspective in these measured doses, right? So that we can begin picking up pace as the month continues on, because as we said, especially once we hit that new moon, that energy is really going to be going. And so we want some of this foundation in place by that point, because it's going to make everything a lot easier to navigate as we continue moving forward. And then we have the Queen of Wands, right? So that's that fire energy. And this is when that fire is really lit within us. This is when she is like dominion. There's a card in here that represents dominion, right? And that's what I think of when I see this card. The way she's sitting there with her cat, right? This beautiful, beautiful cheetah, or whatever this gorgeous feline is here, right? And she's got her scepter, and she's just radiating. I mean, look at all of this light coming out of her crown, right? She's just radiating that wisdom, that EMPOWERMENT, right? And this is the energy also of focused intention. Yes, the fire suit, they take ACTION, right? But they also have clear, focused intention. This is the energy of creativity. This is that energy of bringing the things into form. And then we have works, 3 of Pentacles. And then we have oppression, which was inverted, and we're going to leave it that way, because that feels, and then we have the Hierophant. So this is that energy of really creating. This is moving towards, right? This is the energy of collaboration. This is the energy of creation, right? The 3 energy. And so I really like that. And with this oppression energy, like this is, so the 10 of Wands would be that putting the burdens down. This would be the end of the cycle, right? This is also when it's inverted though. This is a need for rest, because it's a level of exhaustion. And so when it's upright rather. And so when it's inverted, this is like overcoming that exhaustion. This is like that cycle ending, but us not being so drained from it that we are unable to sort of move forward, and we have to take that break. This is that cycle ending and us moving in with the Hierophant, right? This is knowledge. This is wisdom. This is us. I always see this as like another level of the spiritual journey that's getting ready to begin. And so we're able to begin that next level of the spiritual journey. And it's like, for some people, you may need that little break. For a lot of people, I feel like what we've been learning about pacing ourselves, about achieving balance, right? This has helped us so that when we begin this new cycle, we're not so exhausted from the old one that it sort of takes us out of the game for a little bit. We're able to really move into this next phase. And this is a collaborative phase. This is a phase where we are learning how to build and create with other people as well, right? This is a big energy of a teacher, right? So people, and we have been feeling this energy coming in, like teachers revealing themselves, the student and the teacher energy. So as we continue learning and growing and having people coming into our reality. So you're going to have people coming into your reality, most likely that you are teaching, and you are going to have people coming into your reality that are teaching you. And so it's, how do we put all those pieces together? How do we also come together with like-minded individuals to create something beautiful? So there's a lot of that energy. And this is what reduces the heaviness of the old cycle and this feeling of oppression. Like we're not feeling that anymore, because it's like we're learning. The other thing that we're learning how to do is we're learning how to combine our efforts with other people. And we're realizing how this brings us to a state of balance, because we're not taking everything on ourselves. When we allow other people to be part of the process, when we allow more energies in, right, those energies magnify and multiply. And that creates more. That's the energy of the 2 becoming the 3. And so we want that fresh circulating energy. And we want that extra store of energy within ourselves that we can gain when we are willing to collaborate and work with others and invite those fresh energies in. So I really like that energy. And I'm going to close with a Star Temple Oracle. Clear. All right. What is the Star Temple Oracle wanting to say? And we have Merope, the fallen star, shame. I no longer hide my face. I step into my light with love. And so this card's been coming up a lot lately. And so that is the energy that is really pushing us to release anywhere still within us, where we do feel this sense of shame, right? To really step into our light, we have to release that. It's such a heavy emotion. It's such a sticky emotion, right? And so we want to be looking at anywhere where that's still coming up in our reality, anywhere, and really work at healing and loving those aspects of ourselves. The aspects that we are ashamed of are the aspects that are crying out the most for love. So really loving those parts of ourselves, which is allowing us to step more deeply into our light. When we can release that, we release the heaviness of that, it makes us so much lighter. And so really paying attention to where that energy is showing up and where it is that we find ourselves acting or shifting the way that we act or the way that we react to situations as a result of that feeling of shame coming up within us, and just paying attention to that so that we can work to heal that. Yeah, so they just want people to be aware of that energy and where that energy is still present as we're moving forward. And then we have the Temple, home. I no longer search outside of myself for home. And this card comes out a lot too, right? And so it's that finding that home within ourselves, right? And when we can clear away that shame, that makes us feel more at home within ourselves as well. More at home within our souls, more at home within our bodies. And we're really needing that and wanting that and needing to connect in that way with ourselves. And so that's the goal, right? When we're no longer searching outside of ourselves, we can take our home with us. When our home is within, we can take that wherever we go, which is an incredible blessing and gift. And then I love on the bottom of the deck here, we have the Universal Midwife birth. I birth fruitful and sacred assignments. Right? So that's the energy of the purpose. This is the energy of this next phase. What is it that you are creating, right? With this beautiful artistic creation energy today. What is it that you are birthing and creating? What sacred assignments have you found yourself being asked to complete, right? What is that for you right now? And how can you step into that energy? And where can you allow yourself to learn, right? Where can you collaborate? Where can you bring that energy together with other people with other similar sacred assignments right now? So I really love that. I really love this birthing energy that we have as we are moving deeper into Aries season here. It's really, really beautiful. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, hit that like button. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. My email is also down below with the description of the services that I offer. If you feel if this shame energy is something that you're working through, if any of these energies that we talked about or any other energies that you are working through, you're wanting a little assistance, please reach out to me. I'm trying to make sense this morning, you guys. Hopefully I did. Hopefully I did. Yeah, you know, all the things that I say right now that may be escaping me, like you guys have heard them a million times. Let me know how today's resonating for you. I love you. I appreciate you so very, very much. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous energy that we're stepping into. Enjoy this portal energy. Make sure that you're really nourishing your home, right? Your body, as we are moving through these energies, because they can be quite intense. We're receiving a lot right now, so just be open to receive, right? The more open we are to receive, the more we receive. And take those salt baths, you guys. This is a great reminder for me that I need to do that as well. Be out in nature if you can. get out into that sunlight if it is present where you are. And remember, like, even if there is no sunlight, I'm being reminded of this now, we can still envision and connect with the sun, even if we can't see it or feel it. It's always there, right? And we can connect with that universal sun within us as well, that internal sun. So any of those ways that you can support yourself in this process as we move through this portal energy, make sure that you do, because there's a lot that is shifting and changing within us at this time. All right, I will talk to you guys soon.